Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the first video blog in my series of producing, mixing, and recording rap and hip-hop in Pro Tools. I am producer, mixer, and engineer Nick Battistone, and today I'm just going to kind of give you a quick update on the things that have been going on, some of the stuff that I've mentioned in my previous tutorials thus far, as well as answers to a lot of the questions I've been getting through email. I get several emails a day on average from viewers and such, so I figured it'd be a lot easier to just post a video blog with answers to a lot of those most common questions to save you guys the time of having to email me and wait for me to get back. But as always, continue to email me any of your questions. I still will get back to you, but I just figured this would save you guys the time and hopefully answer some of those questions in advance. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about today is the DVD tutorial series that I have coming out. It is still slated for sometime after the first of the year. An exact release date we don't know yet, but all I can say is that it will be available nationwide through select retailers. It will be available from some major retailers online, as well as through my website and through me directly. So when that information becomes available with a release date and where you can go to buy it, we will post that stuff. So just a quick overview, the tutorial series is not just editing, mixing, and producing music inside of Pro Tools. It doesn't just cover Pro Tools. It doesn't just cover the mixing process and plugins and such. It's really all-inclusive. It's a multi-disc series that takes you from helping you through the writing stage, arranging, producing, recording, editing, mixing, mastering, as well as some stuff on distribution and the music business in general. So we try to make it something that's all-encompassing, so the independent artist who is at home writing and producing their own music, recording and mixing, can take this DVD series and get help in every step of the process. I know personally, I've said this before, when I was starting, there was no YouTube. Pro Tools was barely even something that the independent musician could have access to. So I had to read a lot of books. I studied, I went to school, I got certifications. It was just a process that it was really hard to do on your own. Internships were kind of the big thing when I was coming up. So nowadays it's possible that you guys have instant access to information through places like YouTube. But I wanted to make a DVD series that you can have that gives you answers to all of the questions and teaches you all of the processes every step of the way. So it's not just, how a lot of DVD series or even tutorial series are like, this is just for mixing, this is just for recording, this is just for producing music. You have to go to different sources to get answers, every step of the way. I wanted to give you answers to all of those questions through every phase with one tutorial series. So that's why it's a multi-disc series that covers everything. So obviously that's taken a lot of my time in getting that together. But it will be hopefully done shortly after the first of the year, and we'll get that out to you guys. Now the reason that's also kind of kept me from getting some new stuff on YouTube recently is because every time I get an idea for something, or I'm like, oh, you know what, this is a cool little tip or trick, I think people will like this, I think this might help, I've been, wanting to include that in the last disc of the series, which is kind of like the bonus features disc, which just has a whole collection of random tips, tricks, and techniques, as well as ideas and creative stuff, because I want to give everybody the biggest bang for the buck. I mean, this is one of the most affordable DVD tutorial series, especially being multi-disc, that's on the market. But still, with the day of free information available on the internet, if somebody's going to pay for something, I want them to get way more than their money's worth. So every little idea I've been getting, I've been kind of wanting to put it on the DVD, and some of those included extras. But needless to say, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be providing some free stuff on YouTube. I have literally almost a notebook full of ideas and bullet points and instructional tutorials and things that I want to give to you guys. I've recorded a couple. I just haven't had a chance to edit them up yet. I've been trying to increase the production value of the YouTube tutorials, since it was something that I just kind of did, like really quick in between sessions or on my lunch break or whatever. I usually did them on my mobile rig, and there wasn't really any production value. Kind of how this video blog is. I just did it, with a webcam and my computer and just kind of went at it really quick. So, I'm trying to increase the production value of those a little bit to give you guys something a little nicer to look at. So that's the update with that. Again, as information becomes available, I will let everybody know. I'll post some additional video blogs in the future and such. And of course, my website will have all of that stuff once it's posted as well. Just the last thing on that kind of whole side of things, in conjunction with the DVD release further in the year, the book that I'm writing on the same topic will be coming out. And again, I want to mention this too, both the DVD and the book are not just targeted for rap and hip hop. That is the main kind of focal point of everything, but it really covers rap, hip hop, top 40 pop, R&B, even some EDM and such. So it's really all inclusive. And like I said, it's targeted for the home studio and project studio environment. It's not for, meant for guys that have tens and thousands of dollars in gear and have great studios, even though they can take a lot from this DVD as well because it's techniques and it's tricks and it's tips and such. But really, I mean, we walk you through the practicality of doing this on your own and in your home environment. At the end of each section, both on the DVD and the book, there is tips and tricks and added information for the guys who, are buying high-end gear or, have a little bit more money to spend or doing this, trying to do this on a bigger level than the home, environment. But still, this is geared for the guys who are trying to, make the biggest splash with, the little amount of investment that they can make into their music right now. Everybody is passionate about what they do, and, obviously I am too, so I wanted to make this something that, takes that passion of yours and lets you make the best music possible at the highest quality and get it out to people. So that's really the gist of it. The book is going to be a little bit more in detail. It's going to have a little bit more of a technical overview. It'll teach you how compressors and EQs work, the benefit of analog and the benefit of digital, what and how to use consoles if you're, in an environment where you can use an analog console, the benefit of control surfaces, just a lot of that technical stuff is going to be included in the book. There's a full glossary of terms, both studio terms and music industry terms, so it'll kind of give you guys a crash course in that stuff, as well as a lot of tips and tricks and interviews with some industry professionals. And really, like I said, it's a reference from beginning to end, from writing all the way through recording, editing, and mixing to delivery and distribution. Because I wanted this book to be the one-stop resource that you guys can, read through this book once, get an understanding of it, and then keep it on the shelf. And then anytime you're in the studio and you're like, man, you know what? This vocal sounds muddy, I don't know what to do, you can pick that book up off the shelf and then go to the vocal section, and I will have literally pages upon pages of troubleshooting guides, which you can go through and look and say, okay, vocals too bright, vocals too distorted, vocals too muddy. Oh, okay, here we go. Look through, and there'll be several different techniques on how to fix that. So that's kind of what the book is for. You read through it once, absorb as much as you can, and then keep it on the shelf as a reference guide and pull it up anytime you need it. So that's what's going on with that. And again, when the release date for that is ready, I will let everybody know. Okay, so the last thing that I want to get into is, a lot of musicians out there are watching these tutorials because they're passionate about making music. They want to write, they want to produce, they want to record, and they want to get their music out there. But in order to do that, they have to edit it. They have to mix it, and it just kind of becomes a necessary evil, even though that might not be something that you guys are really too interested in. It's just one of those things that you have to learn in order to get your music from point A to point B. So that said, I obviously want to be able to help you guys, but at the same time, I want to be able to offer my services as a mix engineer at discount rates for my YouTube subscribers. So if you have a single that you've been mixing and maybe you've got a good mix on it and you want to hear what a different, mixer's vision of it could be, or you just can't get that mix right and it's a song that you really think has potential and you want to get it out there, contact me. I have special packages available for my YouTube subscribers that are less than 50% of my normal mixing rates. So you guys can give me an email, email my management. The description below will have that contact information, and we will hook you guys up. Whether it's mixtapes, entire mixtapes, whether it's singles, or whether it's a full record. Whatever the case may be, I will take care of you guys, and I have packages available for less than 50% of my normal mix rates. Also, I have a special package to my YouTube subscribers as well. This package, I'll kind of just give you a really quick overview of what it includes. It includes the mix on whatever song it is you send me. So you send me your Pro Tools session, your WAV files, whatever. You send that to me, I will do a complete mix. I will send you back a light mastered wave, which will have light mastering done to make the track compare with commercial volume levels and clarity of stuff that's out there on commercial releases or on the radio. I will also send you an unmastered wave, so if you want to send it out to a third-party mastering engineer, you can. And then I will also send you the light mastered version in MP3 format, so if that's something you want to immediately get up on iTunes or on YouTube or send out to your friends, put on your iPod, whatever, you'll have that as well. Now, that's normally what all of my mix packages include. Now, the added bonus to this special package is that along with sending you those mixes, I will send you a 30 to 60 minute custom tutorial video that's made of me dissecting the mix that I did for you. So once I've completed the mix for you, I will go back and I will record a custom tutorial video from 30 to 60 minutes in length that dissects the mix completely. So I show you everything that I did. And it's awesome because it's something that you can continue to reference when mixing all of your tracks in the future, because it's exactly what I'm doing to your voice, to your music. So if it's something, especially for a lot of artists who are trying to figure out how to properly treat their vocal, this is a great tool to have because you'll see exactly what I did to give you the best vocal sound possible. So you can go through, look at my plugin settings. I'll show you every edit that I did, every plugin that I used, every little piece of automation, every effect. I mean, you'll be able to go through the whole thing with me from 30 to 60 minutes and really get a look at what I did to mix your song. In addition, this is something I never usually do, I will send you the Pro Tools session file of the mix that I did for you as well. So you'll actually be able to go in, open that up, and see what I did firsthand. You'll be able to play with the settings and see, if you open up the compressor that I put on your main vocal and you start playing around with the settings, you can see what happens to your vocal when you start changing the ratio or attack and release settings. And that way it'll kind of help you by experimentation to see why I used the settings that I used. So it's something that's really awesome. Plus, you'll have it in the future. Say, I put together a really cool effects chain for your vocal. You can import that session data, which I believe I've showed you in a previous tutorial, into all of your future sessions. So that way, all of the effects settings that I have dialed in for your vocal, whether it's reverbs, delays, whatever, you can import that session data. You can copy the plugin settings that I use and apply them in your future sessions. It's a great starting point. Plus, the master bus processing is something I hear a lot of people talking about and getting confused about. So you'll be able to see what I did to the master bus as well, and obviously import that session data into your future sessions also. So it's a huge thing because it's like realistically, it's like having a mix engineer on all of your future sessions. Obviously those settings will need to be tweaked, but once you watch the tutorial of what I did and then you go into the session yourself, excuse me, and you look at the settings, you play around with it, you'll know what I did and why I did it. So it's, like I said, it's like having a mix engineer sitting with you on all of your future mixes and being able to take that information, put it in your mix, and play with it, and then go back to the tutorial video and watch and listen to me explain why I did this or why I did that. So again, it's something that's completely custom and done just for your mix. Now, I'm offering that package starting at around $300, $350. That price is going to be dependent, obviously, on how many tracks, how long the song is, whether there's 50 music files for the track outs of your beat, or whether it's a 2-track for a mixtape. All of those prices are going to be dependent. But you can email my management at NickMixManagement@gmail.com. Again, that is NickMix excuse me, getting over a cold, NickMixManagement@gmail.com. And you can send the information about your project there and let us know what you're interested in, and we'll get back to you with a quote and give you information on how that process works. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of it on that end as well. Like I said, I'm giving discounts to you guys, less than 50% of my normal mix rates. So if it's a song, it's a mixtape, it's a full record, it's multiple records, whatever it is, send me an email to the NickMixManagement email and let us know about your project. We'll give you the best quote possible, and we really will work to make something happen within your budget. I don't think when it comes to working with independent artists that I've ever turned away a project that I like because of budget. I do this because I love it, so I know you guys are passionate about your music too, and I want to help. That's what the tutorials are about. That's what the DVD series and the book is about. So, if you need, a mix, you need some help, or if you even just need personal feedback, send me a personal email, send my management an email for quotes and stuff. And as always, send me your questions, send me your mixes. I'll give you ideas of what I think needs done. You can send that stuff to me personally. Anything about booking for mixes, send to the management email. Anything with questions, tips, tricks, techniques, you want me to listen to one of your mixes and give you some thoughts, send all that stuff to my personal email, NBattistone@gmail.com. Again, that information is listed in the description below. As always, guys, I'm here to try and help you guys as much as I can. I hope that I've been able to do that so far. And again, I only know there's like a few tutorials posted so far. This is only going to continue to grow. This is only going to continue to get bigger. Not a lot of guys out there are focusing on the independent rap and hip hop artists out there. And honestly, it's a shame because there's so much passion, and I see it in every email that you guys send me. When you guys send me your tracks, I feel it in the music. I know you guys are busting your asses to try and make great music out there, and I want to help you every step of the way. So please, stay tuned, subscribe, tell your friends. I will always do everything I can to help everybody. And as always, send me questions, comments, concerns. Let me know if you need help with anything, any feedback. I will have a download link available very soon. We finally got it created with all of my plugin settings on pretty much plugins from every manufacturer. Also with session templates, IO settings, all of that stuff. We're putting all that stuff together now, so that'll be hopefully up in a couple of days. Website will hopefully be up in a month, and then again the DVD series and book after the first of the year. But if you guys are wanting some mixes done by me, now is the time to do it. I have several huge projects going on, a couple of major label projects going on as well. But I am taking on some new projects for you guys in the meantime. And like I said, I'm offering like 50% discounts for my YouTube subscribers, so it's an awesome deal to take advantage of. Plus the custom package with the YouTube tutorial, or I'm sorry, the video tutorial that I'll give to you guys. It'll be an MP4 video. I'll send it to you. You'll own it forever. And then you also have the Pro Tools session file as well. So that's a huge advantage, because I've done that for major artists in the past before where they've just wanted me to go through and dissect their mixes. And believe me, the rate was a lot higher than what I'm charging for that whole package. And you get the mix, you get the session file, you get the video. So that's something that I think is really cool and will hopefully help you guys a lot. So as always, guys, please stay tuned. I'm producer, mixer, and engineer Nick Battistone, and I thank you guys for stopping by. Have a good one.